Reform is a word that has become loaded in recent centuries, and it means going back and looking at the fundamental doctrines of Islam and the traditional body of scholarship. Whereas the term revival, I think, is more appropriate for Yaqeen, because revival is something that is not targeted at the scholarly tradition, but rather at the individual and the community, at the Muslims and the believers. So what we are trying to do is revive Iman, revive Islam, revive Ihsan, grounding Yaqeen in certitude, right, certainty, in scholarship, and the best of scholarship that exists in our knowledge in Islamic tradition, past or present, that will cultivate those virtues. So we're trying to revive the community, revive Iman, but not reforming the scholarly tradition, which is the job of the dedicated ulama. And we do contribute to that indirectly by providing access to relevant knowledge and data to the ulama of Islam. And that's an aspirational goal, that by reviving Iman, we will lead to perhaps correcting some of the mistakes that may exist in the existing understandings of Islam. But our purpose is ihya and revival, inshallah.
So a lot of times we think of the word reform or reformation, like the mind automatically goes to the Protestant Reformation, and that was like a total reform of the religion, from throwing off the shackles of the church, and then giving like this a broader individual approach to the texts of Christianity and everybody's right to interpret those texts. That's definitely not what we're trying to do here. We're not trying to throw off any authority. First of all, I mean, Islam doesn't have that type of hierarchy in the first place. But we're not trying to compete with the people of knowledge and the scholars. In fact, we view that what we're doing is bringing life to that term ihya, or revival, and bringing life back to that, making sure that the sources of Islam, which are relevant at all times, that we're taking those sources and interpreting them in a language that is accessible to people. And I feel like that's the job that we're trying to do here at Yaqeen. Staying true to the Quran and Sunnah, we do that through methodology. The usul of fiqh is not just limited to fiqh, right? So we're talking about a methodology of interpreting texts. In order for us, and we all claim that the Quran is timeless in its relevance, that the Sunnah is also revelation, and that the Sunnah is timeless in its relevance. Still, though, there has to be someone to come and interpret the Quran and Sunnah, to take those broad principles or those maxims that we get from the Quran and Sunnah and actively apply them to the multifaceted lives that we live.